right, today I wanted to make a video about the modifications to the seats that I did for the van. And I knew when I bought the van that we were going to want to put swivels in. Didn't come with swivel seats. Obviously, these custom van mods, it's kind of a necessity to have seats so you can rotate them around and enjoy the main area of the van and create some volume there, some living space. So I wound up going with Scopima Swivels, I believe. I think that's how you pronounce it, not sure. But they're a quality product, I'm really happy with them. And the design of the swivels are really pretty straightforward. Basically just two plates with a swivel mechanism in between the plates. So to install them, you unbolt the seat off the seat mounting frame or the seat pedestal piece. So take the seat off, undo the electrical, and then the seat swivels. The bottom plate, of course, has a hole pattern that matches the attachment pattern in the pedestal. So you bolt that to the pedestal, and then the top plate, of course, has a pattern that attaches to the seat. And you just bolt the seat back on, connect the electrical, reconnect the electrical, and you're golden. But the problem is you know, they raise the seat height, obviously, because you're putting that mechanism in there. And the swivel bumps the seat height up by, I think it was 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches. I don't know, I'd have to double check. But regardless, for me, especially on the Dodge Promaster, your line of sight is already, you sit pretty high in that van. And for anybody over 6 foot, you're starting to, limit your line of sight and your vision if you go raise that seat. So I'm almost 6'2", so for me that elevation change was just too much. I couldn't have that. So I had to figure out a way to lower the seats back down to the original height. And what that meant was taking the mounting frame and the pedestal piece, taking that out and cutting it. So I wound up taking it to a buddy of mine who helped me. He does metal work, and we cut the frame and dropped a couple inches out of that framework and then welded it back together and reinstalled it, and that put the seat height back at its original location. I did it for both the driver's side and the passenger side. So here's some pictures and some video clips of that process. So take a look. Hope you like it. So I'm working on these pedestals, these seat supports. I cut them down, as I showed in the last video. And now I'm working on the plastic shrouds on them. Figuring out how I need to cut these. I've just ripped the same distance amount, the 1 3/8 inch that I cut out of the frame. I ripped that off the bottom, so I'll lose the lower piece, of course, but I think that that's probably the cleanest way to do it. I can still pick up this upper support, this one, and then there's a tab over here, and I think it'll work out all right. We'll see. Well, you can see the attachments on the upper part I think are pretty solid, you know, for this shroud on this. But the lower, I'm kind of worried they got, you know, some flex here. And so what I decided to do is I took the lower piece and that was on here that I ripped and cut off. It was this part of it that attached onto this tube. All right, so I've cut that out, and then I think I'm gonna put that in here, bond it on there, and then I can, you know, bond this to this and give this some structural stability along the bottom of the piece. So we'll see if that helps. Let's see how that works out.